Hello everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, our mission to the Joule system here. So if you missed last episode, we ran many computer simulations on what would be the perfect altitude to air brake, and we discovered that it was something like 21 and a half, something like that, maybe even just 21 on the nose probably would have been better. And it took us several quote-unquote simulations to get there, and I've also, while it was in the dark here, I've managed to put us into a 103 by 80 slightly eccentric orbit around Laythe. And so what I'm doing now is just moving fuel over to this craft here. And what I might do is, just to make sure that this thing really gets there, I'm just going to fill up all these fuel tanks as much as possible. Just because I figure, what would be worse, stranding the guys on the actual surface of the planet, or stranding a ship in orbit where we can simply just bring a refueler and refuel the guys? You know, so I think it's more important that we get them down to the surface and back up again. This way, if we are out of fuel, we're not able to make it home, at least we'll be in orbit around Laythe, and we can send a refueling lug out there to get these guys some fuel so we can bring them home again. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to make sure that they absolutely have plenty of fuel. We pretty much gave them all the fuel from this lug. So we're totally filled up, and I filled the RCS tanks up. So this ship is pretty much now dead in the water. But that's okay. We will be just fine. Like I said, we can always send refueling ships up here to help them out. So, the only thing left to do now is pick a crewman who's going to be going down there to the surface. We've got Thromrod, Algan, Ronwise, and Jedfield was the pilot. I think we should send Thromrod, just because I like his name. So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll take Thromrod out here on a little EVA. So there he goes. Just get him down here, nice and easy. I'm so used to the Space Engineer's controls that I'm like having a hard time right now with this. Grab. Oh, he grabbed the wrong thing. This is what we want to grab right here. And board. Alright, so Thromrod is now in the cockpit of the ship here, the lander ship. The other guys here are just along for the ride. They're just kind of enjoying the sights and all that. So, alright, I think the only thing left to do is decouple the node. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the main ship and put it in a north-south orientation. Just because it's always a good idea to do. So that when we rendezvous, everything's kind of pointing in the same direction. Whoops. There we have it. Oh, that is just so pretty. You know, sometimes you forget to stop and look at the sights, but this game is very pretty. It's like, hey, oh yeah, we're in orbit. It was like a bit of a struggle at first, but now we've made it. So let's go ahead now and undock. We'll go over to this craft, hitting the square bracket, and we'll just RCS away from it ever so slightly. There he is. That's strange, it doesn't show his picture down here. It's a bit of a glitch. Yeah, it doesn't show any of the pilots. How strange. Not really sure why. It's a bit of a glitch. Oh well. We'll put our panels out just so we have power coming in. Out of 40. Oh, I see, because this holds monopropellant too. Okay, I was getting confused. I was like, why? Alright. So here we are. There's our little landing craft. So we'll leave that thing in orbit. And, well, I hope... wonder how it's going to affect... Now, why does it say not enough electric? We have plenty of electric charge. That's so strange. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. And I'm not really sure... I guess we'll have to do it that way. Let me just see something real quick. Hey, look at that. It's not even showing them down there. That's a glitch. That's a glitch, folks. Not really sure why. But anyways, let's pick a good spot to land. Somewhere that's right along the equator here. Which is probably this right here. Or that. One of those two land masses. What else do we got? Nothing really. So it's either going to be this landmass or that landmass. We are a little too close to this one, so maybe let's aim for that one. Although this one is in the sun, and it'll have Joule right on the horizon. That'll be beautiful. So let's do that. This planet doesn't have its own rotation technically. It's locked in. It's like landlocked. Oops. Not landlocked, you know what I mean. It's tidally locked, where one side is always facing Julie. I call it Julie sometimes. So we'll go for something like that. So we'll go ahead and point to that node. And we'll just swing around. So we slowly drift further and further away from our mothership there. That's okay. We'll be back. Don't worry. Oh, there it goes. Now it's below us. I mean, we should probably activate this engine again. There we go. Sunrise. Alright. Let's start this burn. Let's see what we got. So there goes our craft. Now we're zooming away from it for sure. Oh wow, good thing we cut it off there. Actually, I might just push it a little further back. The atmosphere is going to drag us. And plus we have our parachutes. So if we kind of overshoot, it's okay. It's not too big of a deal. It's been quite a while since I played this game, so I'm a little bit rusty. We'll try that. And if we slow down too much, we can always do it again. Alright. So we'll get this thing pointing in the opposite direction now, as we prepare for our powered descent. He's ready. Wish we could see his face. It's always like the best part about it. So we're coming up on the first landmass. We're about to have a beautiful Joule rise right here. Look at that. Now, before I forget, let's pull these panels in. Nice, very nice. So we shall see if we did this correctly or not. Might not have enough velocity to make it to the coast, I don't know. Starting to hit the atmosphere now. Let's bring our landing legs out. Or if we don't start hitting the atmosphere soon, we're going to overshoot. I don't know, I think we're going to land in that little lake right there, which is exactly what we don't want. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. If anything, we can point slightly upwards, and it'll give us a little extra. Here we go. Wish that little bay wasn't there. If that was land, I think I'd feel a lot better about this. I think we're just gonna... I don't know. I think we're aiming right for that lake. This might be a little rough. Thomrod, whatever his name was. Yeah. Let's see if I can correct this at all. Try to push it back a little bit. I don't want to use too much fuel. Actually, we want to be pushing this way, don't we? I don't know, guys. We might, like... No, we're definitely going right for the water. Yep. Right for the water. We don't want that. And I don't want to use the fuel. So that was a simulation. It's a bit of a simulation. Let's go ahead and... So what we're going to do is push ourselves a little bit further. Just a little further. Yeah, we're gonna go right out to about there. So that we, I'd rather overshoot it than undershoot it, you know what I mean? So let's try that one. Again, I'll reorient the ship. It's so tedious, these things. Pull those panels in. There's our jewel rise. And now we can see Thomrod. There he is. There's a strange little bug. There's a lot of those happening in this game. A lot of strange little bugs. So hopefully we'll go a little further this time. We won't quite break as hard. Yeah, I think we'll be alright this time around. In fact, I think we... Yeah. Watch, now we're gonna hit that lake. Oh, that would be just my luck, wouldn't it? If we missed this bay and we actually schlonked right in that little lake. That would be so funny and so sad. all at the same time. It's very likely, actually, that that's going to happen. Which is so hard to do if you're trying to do that. Come on, atmosphere, stop us. I don't want to land in that lake. Oh man, we're we're going right into the lake. Let's see, if I deploy my parachutes, maybe that'll help pull us. Come on! Oh, I think we'll just be short of it. Better just... yeah. Yep. I think we'll be alright. I just don't want the parachutes ripping my craft apart, so I'm just gonna do a slight powered descent. Alright, parachute. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no. This has not been a good episode. This has not been going well. These are the perils. What can happen? Alright, so we had the correct velocity that time. We just need the parachutes not to rip our spacecraft apart. So that's easily fixable. We'll just do more braking. That's fine. Here we go. Last time, I promise. If I screw it up this time, I screw it up, and that's it. Series over. So here we are, coming in again. Coming in hot. So what we're going to do this time is make sure that once the parachutes are deployed, I'm also going to be powering descent just to slow the craft down so it doesn't rip this top port off the ship. Because that's very sad when that happens. It's probably the worst thing that could happen in this game. Well, no, I retract that. I'm sure there's way worse things that could happen in this game. But alright, so here we are. We're going to do that again. It's going to slow us enough so that we don't hit the lake. I believe the parachutes, they opened around like 1100, something like that. So we just want to make sure that we're going a lot slower when they open this time. Ah, like that. That's pretty darn good. Alright! We did it! It only took us a million tries. I hope you guys still enjoyed watching that despite all my failed attempts. But sometimes that just kind of happens in this game. You know, you screw it up, and it's good practice, you know. And like I said, I'm not perfect at this game. And even Scott, well, no, Scott Millie never makes a mistake, so that we see, anyways. But that's how you do that. We are on the surface now. Oh boy, I hope that ladder is low enough. I mean, we did test it, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's get him out and stretch his legs. He's made it to the surface of Laythe, an alien world. Oh. It's never graceful, I swear, in this game. It's never graceful. But here we are. The pretty ocean world of Laythe, and look at those little moons in the background. That's the coolest part about this planet, is that there's like always little moons floating around. And if I did a time warp, you could see them moving around. Now the jewel just never seems to move because, like I said, we're quite tidally locked. And there's even clouds here too. Slight clouds rolling. Oh, look at that little moon up there. And that moon over there. Look at how far away the sun is. That's really something else, isn't it? Can you imagine like actually being here in real life? How cool. I mean, how awesome would that be? It's a huge gas giant. You could see the clouds swirling, just rotating around. It's even cooler at night, when the stars start to come out. The apparent rotation is due to our actual revolution around Joule. It has nothing to do with Laythe rotating at all. It's us moving around Joule. That's why the stars seem to rotate like that. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful right there. That's a screenshot right there. Hell, that might even be the thumbnail for this video. That's probably what I'll do. But that's it, guys. That's the surface of Laythe. So, now hopefully we have enough fuel to get off the planet. I think we do. It only requires 2,800 meters per second to get off the planet. And we'll see if we have enough fuel to get back to Kerbal. I'm not sure if we will, but we'll worry about that in the next coming episodes. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.